Okay, so let's finish this up. So, first thing. So, at the end of the last stream, Pad pointed out the 1% missing from the Episode 3 Persona 3. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. Boop. But, on the Persona 3 side of things, I think what that is, in Persona. Ooh, actually, what? Why is that yellow? Maybe it's... Hmm. No. I was gonna say maybe it's yellow because it's cutscenes. But no, the areas where they're just cutscenes are red also. That's kind of odd. What I was going to say is that I think the 1% is if you remember somewhere during the fight at the top that we had a multiple choice. Now in the first arena game there were a lot of multiple choices. If you wanted 100% the storyline, you actually had to do all of them because some of them led to joke endings, which were a requirement for the 100%. So that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know for sure. Now where's there, Awakening. So it's a split from there. So it takes place after the fight with it. So that's still after the final boss. Well, let's see what chapter 14 of the P4 crew holds then. Let's get on with it. New boss fight? Is there a new secret final boss?
Impossible. What power is this? How can one human's power alone be enough to best me?
You know, Kagutsuchi, that's what holds you back. The power I wield. The power we wield. It will never succumb to someone like you.
Silence, pest! I will not lose! I am stronger than anything!
Persona!
Well, we're still having the Adachi thing happening.
Adachi-san? What are you doing? I set everything up perfect for you, and you still didn't finish it off before I woke up.
You know, I really feel like they're trying so hard to make, like, Adachi have some kind of redemption type shit going on.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? I don't have time to waste either. So let's hurry up and put it into this! Right.
Quit talking to yourself. I can only imagine how weird it was for him to voice the main character and bad guy in the anime. I mean, luckily Yu doesn't really talk in the game, so that's not really an issue, but the anime, ooh. Oh boy. Talk about what must have been confusing to do.
Izanagi! Nagatsu Izanagi!
I'm just gonna aim my gun at you if you don't mind. Well, to be fair, the gun's likely to reach a giant being floating in the sky versus a sword, so I guess who am I bitching about.
Kagutsuchi!
Ba, ba, ba. Good music though.
Impossible. How could I fall to this trickery of fans?
Maybe it's not trickery then. Just a theory. Just a theory.
The malice has been defeated. But your true battle begins here. After all that has happened, I'm eager to see what you will do.
Forgive my insolence, but the fight about to transpire piques my interest. I wish to witness its outcome.
There's another fight? Oh. What?
Show.
We gotta fight Show again? Now is he gonna actually be different?
Where is he?
I don't know. He was trying to protect you from Kagutsuchi.
I see. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. I didn't know anyone there, or even how long I'd been out. My care was paid up for basically forever. I had a pretty good idea where the money came from.
Shuchi Akutsuki.
Yeah. The same goddamn bastard who tampered with an orphan kid and threw him away like yesterday's garbage when I blacked out.
No need to recap that, you. We kinda will. Especially considering you have to do the P3 storyline. Oh, I know. We're just going to finish the true ending. We saw it all pop up. I mean, it literally says true ending. What could possibly happen after this? Okay, let's just get over with and be done with it. And we'll do Adachi storyline later, like I said. We're just gonna get loose ends cut up. Just gonna get the loose ends cut up. Anyway, though, about the new idea thing, though. One of the reasons I'd rather keep it with the full screen is to keep it more universal with most video, because obviously I'm going to show different stuff. I'm going to mix different stuff in. It'll go from like PS1, PS4, PS3, Xbox, DS. So obviously I'd like to try and keep everything full screen. Now with DS, if you ever seen me do DS footage before, I'll probably do stuff like that where I'll make a custom background and have the bigger screen and then the two screens on the side. So that's probably going to stay the same. But that's kind of why I would probably prefer to keep it that way. So, because, I mean, the example you gave was, I mean, that's a nice layout. But that obviously would not work for, like, if said person was going to do PS4, then they would have to completely change that. So that's kind of how I see it.
That lab was everything to me. I did everything I could when I was a kid. I was happy to see that rotten bastard smile.
Are we really trying to, like, give Akutsu some kind of redemption here, too? The guy tried to end the world.
Show.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, all that was left for me when I woke up was a shit ton of money and a world I never knew.
Wait, they gave wait, he left even more money for you? Shit. Well, I guess if he paid enough money for him to be in the hospital for a really long time, I guess they would give him the excess money, I guess. But that's actually never really heard of a case like that. Okay, so personally, I mean, that's fine. I'm not saying not to give me feedback back though, Pad. It's just, you know, the reality is you can't, because, I mean, I could do that, and I could bet somebody would just say the reverse. So, I mean, obviously, you can't always please every single individual person. So, I mean, I appreciate the feedback, don't get me wrong. It's just, I feel like it would cause more trouble myself, but...
You get it, right? All I know is fighting. I don't have a damn clue how to live in this world.
But like I said, I mean, I'll be doing things as I do. Somebody else is wrong, obviously. Well, I mean, just look at people with Steam in the Epic Store. Obviously, there's people on one side and the other side, and they have to bonk their heads together on that, you know. Somebody can't just sit down and just be like, you know, maybe they just prefer the other for some other reason. I do think the HDMI cable does pretty good, though. Because, I mean, I've obviously manually stretched out the footage myself before when I did stuff. So, I think the HDMI cable does an okay job itself. So much for the PC Master Race. I know, I've watched countless videos on people rambling about Steam and Epic and that. And as much as a lot of times, because he loads a lot of his topics politically a lot of times, I have to mostly agree with Jim Sterling. Like, I welcome the competition to Steam. Because what I find funny is all the people whining on Steam saying, oh, they're getting all these exclusives. Like, I'm a GOG user. How many fucking exclusives are on Steam and not GOG? You little whiny babies. Now, what I do think was shitty was the companies that advertised Steam and then pulled that away, especially that Kickstarter game. That I think was real bullshit, low move there. Those I think were bullshit, and then of course the iffy things that people have been finding the Epic launcher doing. Those things are actual things I think people should be concerned about. Whether if they get a damn exclusive game temporarily. So far as I know, these are all temporary, so it's not even like a forever thing, so. I don't know how evil Epic is, but Steam having monopoly is, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much my thoughts. Like, you think I've loved Steam having all kinds of exclusives over having a DRM-free GOG or Humble Bundle version? Of course I don't like that, but I'm not sitting on the internet screaming about it. Like, the people having a rational conversation are fine, but the people losing their minds, like it's the end of the fucking world, it just seems kind of crazy to me. But I do agree the Epic Store does need to definitely get a lot of features in. Though, one of the things I think is kind of weird is the people complaining about reviews not being on the Epic Store. I kind of find as a moot thing, because you got YouTube, journalists, individual websites, blogs, Twitch, like, you countless different review sites, from journalists to just everyday people like me. I mean, I mean, there's a lot of places to get reviews from, so I don't think that's the end of the world. So I don't see that being a #1 type thing. I think they need to get other features in myself, but, you know, that's just my subjective opinion. It's silly. Same with politics and stuff, people take a side, and yeah, pretty much. Which is why I always get a laugh when somebody calls me. I haven't had it in a long time, but I'd say around when in the PS3 era, I'd get called a Sony fanboy a lot. Yes, I do support the Sony platform a lot throughout its life, and I buy a lot of games for it, but that's because a lot of the Japanese games are on the Sony platform. They're not on the Microsoft platform. There's some, but not the majority, especially with the Xbox One. Fuck. What's the Dead Rising 3? Was there any other Japanese games even exclusive to the Xbox One? I can't even... Like, all of the other ones I could think of were canceled. So, Xbox One's done the worst in that category. I will primarily go where Japanese games are. But, you know... I've thought about making a rant video about things like there was those times I hated Sony, like when Sony back in the PSP that what's that Sega Tactics series in the very Sakura Wars, wasn't that it? So I think it was NIS wanted to bring one of the PSP ports of some of the older games to America, and so he's like, no, and the whole thing about wanting 3D only and no 2D shit and the only PS1 era. I mean, Sony's pissed me off with a number of things, and of course there's the whole fucking censorship thing going on right now. That I mean, apparently there was a visual novel that announced a voted on DLC costume that had to be removed. And Japan's losing its mind right now, apparently.
I left the hospital and went out into the world. Yeah, that's right. Into your Inaba.
Wait a minute. Why did Akutsu send you to a hospital in Inaba?
What? You were in Inaba?
Why? I mean, why?
Yeah, and it sucked. It was so boring I thought I was gonna die. That's when the murder case broke on that foggy day.
Don't tell me.
That's right. I saw it all. I saw what you did, what you fought against, and how you solved the case.
Now, how the hell did you win? Wait. You sitting down here and telling me this guy just fucking been following everything they did in Persona 4. I kind of have to question that. Why is this guy's skull and eye keep changing color? Because the red is supposed to indicate the personality in the plume of dusk. As for why it's blue now, I don't know. Because if you notice during that cutscene, it all turned blue. So I'm assuming resolve? I'm not sure. The red indicated the other personality. I'm not sure why it's blue now. How?
It was fun. It got my blood pumping. I got the scent of battle. And I thought you were just like me. Then, right when that case was just about closed, that thing spoke to me. It asked if I wanted to destroy the world.
You're talking about Kagutsuchi.
Yeah. And Nazuki came up with the plan, and I went with it. And then, you know the rest.
Now, if you remember during their version of the storyline, it said it was born from the people during the fog incident that wanted to keep themselves alone and shut in from everyone. So that part makes sense, but I find it kind of hard to believe he's been following them this entire time and actually keeping track of what they've been doing.
Sho, don't be afraid to bond with people. You're like Labras, someone who is made to fight, so that's all they know. But she's one of our good friends now.
Wait, do we have to fight a shadow version of him?
Still. Still, the only way I can relate to you all is by fighting.
All right then. Huh? If fighting is the only way you can form bonds, then I'll fight you till the cows come home. Just don't drag anyone else into it.
But, yeah, I mean, Sony has pissed me off. And honestly, I mean, I even said it that one time that depending on how the censorship happens, I may not support Sony very much or at all next generation. Because, I mean, right now they're pissing off the Japanese audience really hardcore. And interestingly, what's that Microsoft guy? What's his name? What's his name? I can't remember. That guy who's like the face of the Xbox brand during the 360 and now. Crap, I can't remember his name. But, he's actually going to Japan right now. And I've said it all way, if Xbox was really smart, they would be like, well, ladies and gentlemen, I see you're having a problem on Sony. Well, come in. The Xbox brand will welcome you completely uncensored. I mean, honestly, this is a good opportunity for Microsoft to fucking cave in Sony's face for a while, if they were smart. If not, then I'm sure Nintendo will gladly take them. Because Nintendo hasn't really... The only thing Nintendo has affected is their own games. Unless they're the one that's actually localizing it or whatever. If they're not doing it, so far they have never told anyone that they basically couldn't put their game on. Not counting that Mahjong game. That Mahjong game is a waiting issue. Though it's kind of shocking it got put up and then took it off and not... Oh yeah, you know, our laws and rules on things, we established those before this game existed, so, yeah, you need to make a few changes. but yeah, that's a waiting bullet issue on that one, but, yeah, it's either, if Sony doesn't change, it's either gonna lean towards Nintendo or Microsoft. But I find it interesting the Microsoft guy is going to Japan right now. So, I mean, at best, they might actually be taking my advice, and at worst, they might be just trying to say, hey, we want to try some Japanese games again. Wait, he has a persona? See, if you remember, the Puma Dusk was the one with the persona. Okay, looks like one true final boss. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, if Sony keeps it up, they're gonna screw over the Japanese fan bases.
Persona.
He's glowing blue. Also, I think he has a lot more health, I think. Yeah. No. Oh, nice dodge, though. Yeah. Didn't even use his persona, really. I don't think he used it once. I have to relook. Oh, here comes Towel.
It's over. Show me Nazuki. To think he'd take so quickly to the persona passed down from the self born of that plume of dusk. It's been a while since we've had a guest with that much power. I presume Sho will be a rather dreadful underclassman for him. I truly look forward to what develops of this.
Ah, so that red-haired young man has reached an epiphany.
Yes. The many encounters he had here have brought about a change within him.
He'll surely have many more experiences and battles on his journey from here on, as a new guest of the room.
Elizabeth, will you not return to us? Theo was worried about you. I believe he had been to this place as well.
Oh, did he? I hadn't noticed at all. Not even a raindrop's worth.
Is that so?
Well then, it seems the time has come for me to take my leave. Please tell my incompetent brother this. My journey has just begun.
Ah, Elizabeth. I sense that you may become a guest of our room someday yourself.
Did they just use a World 1 sound effect though? Like seriously? Yeah, Sunny is doing a good job helping switch sales. Yes, I mean honestly, like I said, if Microsoft doesn't jump on the opportunity to welcome, I mean seriously, we're talking about if Microsoft literally does not boss anyone around and just welcomes them in, they have a legit opportunity to take the Japanese market to a certain extent. I mean, seriously. This is an opportunity that Microsoft would have to be completely stupid. Yeah, but that's a reworked Xbox One. That's basically the PSP Go for the end of... Yeah, it's pretty much the end of its lifespan. Hopefully, the Xbox SAD does terrible and they decide, okay, we still need physical media. Because honestly, that's... I don't care what the Xbox has. If it drops physical media in any kind of... Like, basically, the only way I would support a digital console is if I can burn discs or something of the games and keep my own backups. Which is likely not happening. Like, 99.9% likely not happening. But hey, GOG exists, so hey, who knows? Miracles can happen. Unlikely. What, you've lost, Shu. The tower's gonna fall apart. What are you gonna do with your life now?
How do you feel, Sho?
I lost. That's the brawn of a guy with bonds, huh? Never mind. Even my jokes are lame right now.
Come at me whenever you want, as often as you want. I'll always accept the challenge.
Only the beginning. You know, in spin-off titles like this, when you have like these one-shot kills that the series usually never really looks at again, like, I mean, it doesn't always happen, but I always, when in this situation, I always like, if this is a character that never appears again, this line is just so blah. I don't know how much removing an optical drive saves them. Maybe like 10, 20. And putting discs is cheap. Like, discs cost nothing. There's a reason why Switch cartridges cost more usually than disc versions. Because the cartridges are uniquely made, while discs are basically, you know, used for all kinds of shit. So... it's cheap to make. So I mean, and with places like Limited One Games, like you got like fucking 11 different limited places doing shit to certain capacities. I mean, obviously there's some demand for physical, but Microsoft has not been doing any of it. Limited One Games did talk about it before and just said they'll required lowest point one was too high for them. So, and I would assume the reason Microsoft is probably different is because you gotta remember Sony owns Blu-ray. So, all the discs Microsoft buys is technically giving profit to Sony, ironically. Even though, you know, discs are cheap. So, the odds are Microsoft probably has to pay a little bit more as opposed to Sony themselves because they actually own Blu-ray. So, that might affect that a little. That's just a theory, though.
So what are you gonna do now? I meant it when I said that the others would.
That's enough. I'm tired of all your lecturing. I'll kill you for sure one day. You better be ready when I come for you.
When the court's a classic, I'll get you one day.
It seems it's over. And that was a wonderful battle. It even made my heart skip a beat. I'll look forward to your rematch with him.
I'd be fine if he didn't show up for a while.
Is that so? This encounter between you two will one day give way to something irreplaceable. I don't know your desires, but that may be the nature of the power you hold.
Who knows?
You know, the tower's kind of falling apart, people. He'll be the main character of Persona 6. He'll start his own journey in friendship and find true meaning in everything.
By the by, now that the red fog is gone, this place will disappear shortly. Shouldn't your friends evacuate more urgently?
Margaret, I have a favor to ask you.
Oh? What is it?
Could you please send all my friends here in the tower somewhere safe?
Since you did entertain me somewhat, I suppose I should show my appreciation. Very well. I shall send you all to a safe place.
Somewhat. Somewhat. Still waiting on Persona Card. That could actually be an interesting idea, though.
Thank you.
I have no idea how, if they were going to make a story mode, how it would work in that sense. But just, I mean, as a pure gameplay. Because all the Personas could do weird shit. So, like, in that sense, in a gameplay sense, it could be interesting. For a story setting, I have no idea how that would work, though.
May we meet again in the Velvet Room.
Don't worry. Oh, well, actually, technically, Persona Q already happened. We don't do... When does Dancing All Night take place again? You know, I'm kind of confused. Does Dancing All Night take place before we know or after we know? I'm not sure. Oh well. Hopefully she remembered the Dachi.
What's this? Oh, it seems I was a moment too late.
And Theodore gets to die on the tower.
To think I missed an opportunity to see two tremendous powers clash. Oh, how I wish I could have witnessed it with my own eyes.
Are you satisfied yet?
Sister? Why are you here?
Is there some irregularity with my presence here?
No, that wasn't what I meant.
So, Did you see Elizabeth?
I wasn't out to find her. Rather, I was scouting the area in search of this cola you wished for. It's true. This is my proof. I did not
Oh my
think that this
goodness.
cola would be hidden in such a sturdy metallic box.
He actually found some.
Disassembling the box took some time, but I did so without breaking anything. I also inserted all the 10,000 yen bills I had before reassembling it. To think that the people of this world go to such lengths simply just to buy cola. I still have much to learn.
Oh, Theodore, you poor bastard. They're in a dream world or something. Easy.
It doesn't matter. So, were you able to take a look about this world?
Yeah, I guess they could do it like the last two dancing games. There's such a mixed reception to that. Because there's a guy I watched, what was it, Whamsy? I think his name was Whamsy. He actually, I liked the social link stuff, but I would have rather had a story around all of it, too. Like, incorporate it into a story. I mean, especially the Persona 5. The Persona 5 interactions were really good. 3 felt kind of weird considering the cast was pulled before the end of the game. Like, I don't know, there was such a weird interaction, because it's like, okay, I get they want to have fun, but at the same time, the world is about to fucking end in no time. So it's kind of hard to imagine some of the ways they act in now, with that in mind, know what I mean?
Ah, of course, sister. The people I encountered here exhibited much stronger powers than usual, by trusting in these bonds between each other. I gather that the reason they display such powers is because they have a wish they desire, along with the ones their bonds connect them to.
And I can get that. I'm not necessarily saying it has to have a story, it's just, I guess what I'm saying is either have a story or don't have a story. If you go back to my Dancing All Night review, I say, I could, go back to the dancing review for 5 and 3. I would be fine if they just added a lot of songs. Just a lot. But instead they made tons of DLC, still didn't touch on any music from Persona 1 or 2 or other 2 for some reason. I mean, I felt like the price points in that were just kind of counter to what you got. But yeah, I mean, I can enjoy a game without needing a big complicated story. I'm just saying either it'll be a good meaty game or have a good story with it. I don't know. That's why I kind of was more forgiving with Dancing All Night with its low amount of songs. And what's really weird is that the other 2 dancing games actually have a lower song count. I think it's only by 2 songs, but they have less songs than Dancing All Night, which is the complete opposite of what I was hoping they would do. But the meaty story mode made up for the lack of songs in Dancing All Night, in my opinion. You took the meaty story and made a very, I mean, like I said, I liked the interactions, but they were short and very quick to go through, while still having less songs. And I mean, they, like I said, if they were like $39.99 at most, I think that would have been better price structure, not $59.99, not brand new max game price. It's 3 games, and that's only if you get the version I got. You're not keeping in mind, you had the special edition where you got the 2 games and then Dancing All Night digitally, and then you could get the 2 games separate, which was $60 each. Now, admittedly, let's see, the 3-pack, which is only 2 physical, 1 digital, but the 3-pack, I think, was $99, I believe. And I got 20% off because I got through my Best Buy. You didn't know that, Pad? Yeah, you can buy the Dancing on, let's see, Scrooging. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is a terrible price point. You got less songs, you don't get the story mode, and you, like I said, the interactions are fun, especially in Persona 5 side, but it's still not, like, that's what I'm saying. You gotta look at that side, too. And I only have Dancing All Night, so even though like, for Dan who doesn't have it, that the $99 for all three, if you didn't mind the digital, I mean, as a brand new full price thing, yeah, you're getting a deal there. If you don't mind the one being digital. But still, I mean, I think they would have at best been better at $39.99 each. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion.
I see. I'm surprised. You did rather well.
I think Elizabeth may have found such a wish as well.
She has. What makes you say so?
With determination to ignore everyone?
Perhaps it's only my imagination, but I sensed something while pursuing her. I thought Elizabeth might have found something she wants to do for someone besides herself. In other words, a wish of her own.
Huh.
Sister?
I see. Very well. So, what kind of bonds do you intend on exploring?
Well, I believe we should first start by making a toast with this cola.
Who makes a toast with cola?
I've heard that it is a sublime ritual performed by the people of this world to further strengthen their bonds.
I already worry about where you'll end up. Come now, Theo. Let's go back.
Please, wait for me, sister!
He's doomed. So you didn't know you could get those two separate, though. Yeah, that collection wasn't the only way to get it. Though if I was... Oh my goodness, you kidding me. Come on. Ah! But, screw you. But, yeah. I thought... No, the pack wasn't the only thing. At least in America. I don't know about everywhere else. As far as I know, that was the same thing in Japan. I'm not sure about the EU. I'm not even sure if the EU got it. See? The true truant. I'm assuming this is supposed to be the epilogue, is what I'm assuming. But, you looked it up, didn't you? You went on YouTube. You, it's like, oh, I'm gonna troll. But, the only difference I know with the Japanese version is that the CDs were separate, where in the American version they're stacked up on each other, and I hate that. I hate that very much. Okay, today, let's look at some clouds with the epilogue. Get over it. It's predictable. Well, it is very visual novel in its story. 2 epilogues away. Nah, let's just do a third one. We can rewind the credits again, too. This better be different from the epilogue, though. I mean, if this involves the exact same thing...
Well, it looks like the place is all ours. Is management gonna be okay with this?
Why wouldn't they?
It's usually more crowded. My dad's gonna kill me if he finds out about this. Wait, is this my fault?
I think... How is... I mean... whatever. I was gonna say, like, I don't know how it's your fault. You just came to a public space. I mean, how's that their fault?
it's a great day out and...
That's so played out, Yosuke-senpai.
Just hurry up and get things started. I'm starving. No, I give up. You do it, partner.
Me?
Yeah, nobody yell at you. It's time for the king game, by the way. Wait, did... Cat calls? Probably not the word I'd use. That seems kind of... That seems kind of like an odd way to refer to that.
Okay, here goes. 1, 2.
Good job, everyone.
Like, actually, you know, that makes me wonder, what is, like, is there even a definition for catcalling? Because, I mean, catcalling's always used to refer to, say, like a pervy guy calling out some hot lady or something, so that's why it seemed, like, odd to use that word to me now. But now it makes me wonder, what's actual definition, if it even has a definition for it? Because it could be one of those situations where the word's been used negatively so much that's more known for that than what it actually is supposed to mean. Kind of like trap. Like how people have used trapped in such a very negative way that you got people who find it super negative when it really isn't meant for that.
Hi, it's hot today. Yuka-chan, aren't you hot in that costume? You could unzip the suit just a little bit.
Whoa, hey! Don't touch that!
Are you hot, Teddy? I'll open up your zipper for you. Here we go.
Labby-chan, it doesn't open that way! No!
Huh? It came off.
Ah! The pretty boy within can't come out now!
Yay!
Speaking of pretty boys, that definitely applies to Ken-kun. He's got, like, this natural aura around him.
Uh-oh.
I think you're right. He seems like someone you just can't resist looking after. Did someone say my name?
Wow, you're right. His skin is clearer than the average girl's, too.
Huh? What?
You're after my position as pretty boy, aren't you, Ken-Ken? I won't let you get away with this!
This is getting weird. Ew. Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing the female cast of 4 falling for Ken. That seems kind of odd.
I knew I should have bought a change of clothes. I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. May as well put on my mask since that actually might help. Wait, huh? Where's my mask? That looks perfect on you.
Please, somebody actually show this.
Interesting. It really limits your field of vision. If I wear it during my training, it'll really help for low visibility situations.
Oh my goodness. They actually fucking put it on him. Whoever did that, get that person a ways.
What kind of situations are those? People will call the police on you if you train in that.
Whoa! It looks surprisingly good on you, Master. You look like a comic book hero.
It seems they have a good master-disciple relationship going.
Wow, you're an engineering student, Fukusan? I'm hopeless at math, so I really admire girls who are strong in the sciences.
It's nothing really. You can be good at it too once you get the hang of it.
Hey, what do engineering students do anyway? Do you know, Yukiko? Maybe they do experiments. You know, like adding secret ingredients to dishes.
So that was an experiment.
Oh no. Mystery Food X. They had to stuff that in somewhere.
What kind of guy do you go for, Mitsuru-san? Are you engaged or something?
Are you seriously hitting on an older woman?
Me? I did have someone like that in the past. But all I can focus on right now are my missions.
Whoa, you got guts taking a shot at Mitsuru-senpai and all this chaos, kid. She's a tough one, so be prepared.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm kind of shocked he even did that. The evil food.
What? Iori.
You're so funny, Junpei-san. I think you might be one of the top 2 funniest people I know.
What's this? Is the lovely Rosette actually complimenting me?
She's not complimenting you at all. So who's the other one?
Why are you all looking at me for? Kind of rude, don't you think?
Hey, Yukiko-senpai. Can I pet him now, too?
He says he wants to stay here a bit longer. Right, Gangaro-maru?
At least on his actual name. You understood that?
That's why there are some cases where one can't help but to take drastic action.
I see. Impressive, Naoto-san. You really live up to the Shirogane name.
Well, it's a bit of a dirty tactic, but in certain pressing circumstances...
Impressive. Pressing? Naoto-san, was that a pun just now? It's well over the phoneme threshold.
Huh? Of course not. It was just a coincidence.
What? Didn't seem very punny to me. I have to see the line again. And the crazy party at Junes was taken down thanks to the police. Witnesses witnessed robots. You think they would have put, like, outfits
What's
on?
the matter, Labrys?
Oh, I was just looking out at the town. I didn't get a really good look at it the other day, so I want to take it in as much as I can now.
What do you see?
Lots of things. There's tons of people, everyone living their life to the fullest. Hey, Yukon. Thanks for everything.
They really better fucking put on another game now. See, another end. Another end. Oh my goodness. No, no. Please, look, I don't hate the game. I actually liked the story. I think it was way done better than the Forced Arena game, but I think it's time to stop padding it out. Honestly, if you go back and watch me when I played the Forced Arena game, I was just like, I played through one character story. I was like, that's the longest fighting storyline I've ever fucking played. And that was one character.
It was you who helped us out this time, Labrys. We're even now.
No, that's not what I meant. I slept for so long that everything's a first for me. Like having a celebration party with so many folks.
Huh. Well, are you enjoying it?
Enjoying it? Enjoying it? Every day's great at your Junes.
For sure. Everyone seems like they're having fun, so that makes me happy. And there's something I figured out, too. You guys and all them shadow operatives might not be together all the time, but that don't matter.
And sadly, besides the Persona Q crossovers, I don't even know if we're gonna ever really see any of the Persona casts for a while. Looks like they'll gain way to milk Persona 5 for all it's worth.
I agree, but doesn't the same go for us, since we got to meet during Golden Week?
They did a good job on the anime cells here.
You're right. We promised to meet again, and though that was literally just the other day, here I am again. It was tough, but fun too. That's why I want to thank you.
I could say the same to you.
You know, a lot of people ship you with Wizette because, especially in any of the side games, they really making Weisei really dig you like a lot. So a lot of people ship them, but I wonder if anyone ships like you and Labby-chan. Yeah. An interesting idea of shipping.
I'm sure Shokun will be okay. He might have lived all alone, without anyone to talk to, but we're there for him now.
Yeah, Sho's journey is just getting started. We can change as much as we want by learning from other people.
But he threatened to kill you.
You got that right. I'm gonna do my best too.
I wonder what Labby-chan's Japanese actor sounds like, though. See, I choose Weisei on Persona 4, so not complaining. Easy choice anyway. Yeah, I'd say it was more debatable in 5. I mean, Noto-kun is just unchallengeable in Persona. I like Chie and Noto-kun. Weisei... Like I've said before, I liked Weisei's story because the idea really worked with the themes of Persona 4, your true self. An idol who has a completely different self they show during the idol stuff and then their personal self. I think that was a really interesting theme and story-related point. But I'm not really a big fan of the whole idol kill, Japanese idol killers usually. And I'm not really a fan of Weisei as a killer. Like, I don't hate her. Just, she's, like, I liked it all the killers. She's just not in the high tiers. But she's not like waifu material for me. So, yeah. But that's not to say, you know, she can't be for you. I mean, I'm just saying I don't know, I'm not really into the whole goalie idol thing much. Okay, so that is over. Can I throw the controller up and shoot fireworks? The end! And then you have Adachi slide in with a smoke. Somebody hit that in. It's too late. Please don't make us watch the credits again, though. Got a trophy, though. A new journey. Oh, no! Come on, we've literally like, are the credits even different? Why was it necessary to show the credits again? The only time I find this somewhat okay is like with Yoko Taru's way of doing it. But yeah, I agree. Persona 5 actually had a really nice selection of waifu killers, though. I mean, all the female killers are really likable in Persona 5, in my opinion. So I can really agree with that, though. General Teddy. But yeah, the dancing games, I just feel like there's so much music they could have used from the spin-offs, Persona 1, 2, and other 2. And then, of course, you got different music that's in the PSP version of Persona 1. But that's even more music. And they don't do any of that. They took some of the music from a few of the spin-offs, mainly the openings, but that's about it. And made most of it paid DLC. So it just kinda... They had better personalities? Indeed. They had more fleshed out, believable backgrounds in that. I think P4 wasn't too bad in that regards too, but I think P3 was a little... I mean... let's be honest. How many of the P3 characters are really believable? I mean... Mitsuru is a teenager running her dad's company. I mean, like, they're a little less relatable because those situations are a little more crazier. Courting the dog? Counting the dog? None? I wouldn't necessarily say none, but I'm just saying those situations, like, even though background situations will really, like, for Yucatan, the only thing somebody could probably relate to her with is the fact that her father passed away. Like, the means and ways that, if you're relatable to Yucatan because your dad died the same way, I think you got a lot of bigger issues in your life than, not to be mean to you, but I mean, you know, corporate sabotage, end of the world experiment, kinda hard to relate to. But yeah, Persona 4 and 5's cast are a lot more relatable in their backgrounds. Bunch of weirdos? Kinda. Especially when you compare their older selves and their arena appearances. What the hell happened to Akihiko-san? I liked Akihiko in Persona 3. Now he's just some crazy guy. Like, I'm cosplaying what's the word I'm thinking of when you, my self-inserted character into the JoJo Bizarre Adventure universe. It's like, he used to dress so studently. Now all of a sudden he's just running around with a cape thing. His true self. It's his JoJo Bizarre character insert. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Overall, Arena 2, much better than the first one. Did not leave on a stupid cliffhanger. I mean, it kind of still did cliffhang on not knowing what the hell was going to happen with Shu much. I'm kind of sad the fact that it's probably going to be left there. They're probably never going to address it. Like, he'll probably never show up again, but who knows? Maybe they will. I mean, I hope it ain't left as a...
brought to you by the following sponsors.
Well, not a full-out cliffhanger. I'm just saying kind of a partial cliffhanger. But yeah, Arena 1 was just a complete cliffhanger. No resolve in it at all. There we go. Now, you weren't around when I said it. See, we gotta see the other 5 endings. No, 5 endings. Now, you mentioned that I commented on this when we started and you weren't around yet. So I'll comment on it real quick. I think that 1%, and I think it's the same thing for over here. I can't remember where it was, though, because it's been a while since we did it, but it's probably somewhere in here. But if you remember, before we went and fought Shu at the top as Labby-chan, we had a multi-choice, and in Arena 1, there were lots of multi-choices, because that's how you got a lot of the dead ends and joke endings, and those counted for the 100% completion. So, I'm assuming I have to go choose that other choice to get 100%, and I'm just, like I said, I'm assuming you had the same thing with Shu probably, but I don't honestly remember because it's been so long since then. But I'm assuming that's what it is. So I don't think there's really anything else to worry about. I don't think there's any super mega extra ending. And like I said, we'll do a Dachi later. We got Dachi's. I don't know what Dachi's entails exactly, but we're not going to start that now. We're going to save that for a little later. So that worked out. We got about an hour and 4 minutes, so that worked out in the timing. Boy, so much padding now. But still was way better than, like, the joke endings in the first game, well, I really, like I said, I liked the joke ending for Chie and Akihiko. Those were funny, but there was so much done stuff in the first arena game. So this is still paced way better, even though it's still padded. But anyway.